Yo, welcome back. Today, tape measures. This is a Stanley Fat Max. It's been through the ringer, but it still works good. This is a 25 footer. I also keep a 35 footer. This one's magnetic and it has numbers on both sides, which is kind of nice. And I don't know why I keep two tape measures. I guess I have OCDC, something like that. I'm not really too sure. But I kind of feel naked when this one is empty. So I just like to have something in there. First off, let's find the center of this piece of plywood. Now, this is going to be 47.5. The easiest way, if you're not sure, you put your tape at 47.5. And you should be able to see that we're right at 23 3/4 to the center of that. Easiest way to check this is go 23 3/4 for one end, come the other way, 23 3/4 from the other end. You know that this is going to be center of your board. You might notice that I got two crow's feet. And this is because on a factory edge, when we have a cut off piece of plywood, we always put a crow's foot so that you can see that this is going to be the factory edge, and if we have to butt it up against anything, we know that this edge is going to be perfectly straight. Okay, next, we got a little scribing trick. So say we're going to go 4 inches on our board. Instead of marking 4 inches and snapping a line and doing all that business, we're just going to hold our pencil exactly on the tip. It doesn't even have to be on the tip. It can be up to a 1/4 inch away, just so that your thumb is holding it flat against the pencil. We don't care about the number. Now, we're going to set it there, and we're going to ride our finger against here. Now, for you apprentices, this might be rough because you don't have calluses on your fingers yet. So I would take caution in rubbing your finger against any kind of wood because you'll get a splinter. And pro tip, if you do get a splinter, circle it with your pencil. That way you'll know to take it out when you get home. So we're going to put our pencil flush up against the hook, put our finger flush up against the wood, and depending if you're right or left-handed, this is going to be different, but we know this is going to be right at 4 inches, and we're ready to cut our piece off. Now let's make a circle. You easily do that with a screw. And we want to make a 12-inch diameter circle. Half of 12 is 6. We're going to put our mark at 6. Hold our pencil right there. And we have a 12-inch diameter circle that we can cut out with the jigsaw or just for marking purposes. Now, let's lay out a couple of studs. We know that every 16 is going to be our stud. 16, 32, 48, 64, 80. And we know this because they're red. So let's lay out 2 studs right here. We're going to go 16 and 32. We're going to put our first square cut, come over 1.5 inches for a stud. Come over 1.5 inches, second stud, etc., etc. And you know already that your stud is going to go exactly in this place. And this is of course for 1.5 inch measuring, and that's for a standard 2x4. Of course, if we're gonna do a 4x4 or even up to a 6x6, because on our flat edge we have 7.25. So the maximum that we can do is a 6x6 with just a standard speed square. Now say we need to make a square cut all the way down, but we don't want to try to eyeball it all the way down, even though maybe for rough framing this would work. A quick and easy way is to get your square on your mark, butt up a level or some sort of piece of flat wood, and you have a line all the way across to cut with your skill saw. And to double check, we're going to go 25.25. Boom. Within a 16th. Good enough for rough frame. Pencil's getting kind of dull. Let's sharpen it up. I use my thumb and I just come at a little bit of an angle. Good enough for rough framing. This also works on a 45-degree angle. Good enough for me. You can always continue it by putting your pencil there. Let's do the reverse so that you can see. And you're good to go on a 45-degree angle. Now, how do we know if something is square? Well, this one is called the 3-4-5 method, and it's pretty basic. You measure 3 and come down. You measure 4 and this number, starting from there to there, should be 5. So you got 3, 4, and this is going to be 5. And you can multiply this, but you have to keep it the same. So it would be 6, 8, 10, etc., etc. Something like this. 6, 8, and our number is going to be 10. Good enough for me, good enough for rough framing, but this is the 3-4-5 method. Lastly, let's make an eyebrow arch without a calculator. So let's just say, for instance, our opening is going to be 20 inches. And we're going to have a 4-inch arch. We're going to make our line at 20 inches. At 10 inches, we're going to come straight down. And we can even use our level to help us go a little bit farther down. Or actually go up as well. Now we're going to measure up 4 inches. And we're going to connect those 2 dots. We're going to measure these 2 dots. And we're right at about 10 3/4. So half of 10 3/4 is 5. 3/8. We're going to square down from here with the help of our trusty square. And we're going to find this point right here with the help of a little screw. And a little string. We'll be able to find our 4-inch arch, and it's going to be symmetrical on each side. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. If you're just starting out, maybe these are things that you can practice at home or at lunchtime. And if you're a salty dog like me, this might just be a refresher course, or maybe you picked up something new. Alright guys, well, as always, let me know if there's anything that I missed or anything that you think that I should go over. And let's end this video on another good note. Today, let's use a Sharpie.